What's up, kids? So good to see everybody. So, Jesse asked a really good question in our community, and I want to just answer that one with a few tips. This is not a super structured conversation, but it is an important one. So, what Jesse's working on, I'm just going to read from his words here in the group when he dropped this comment. Great question. So, he said, I know everybody says this, but my industry's different, right? I have a question. Okay. He targets people whose native language isn't English, and he shows them how to master the language once and for all. He reaches out on LinkedIn to people who have like English certificates. So obviously, they might not be a native English speaker. And Jesse's teaching them to master the English language. But he's doing some outreach, reaching out to them, getting some connections, but not necessarily a lot of replies back in his initial comment set. So there's a couple things going on there, and this is why I want to kind of just discuss a few tips on connecting the offer you have with organic outreach. First up, organic outreach is absolutely the place to start, okay? Like, don't go into paid ads. Don't go into, copying everybody else's everything, funnels, email sequences, building all the systems out, building landing pages. Don't go into all that. Get organic outreach figured out. Because everything you're going to learn from an organic outreach standpoint is actually what's going to help you with your paid traffic, your automation, your funnels, your websites, everything else. So start organic. So way to go, Jesse. That's the right place to start. Now, here's what's kind of the important thing to do. And I've got my phone up here just so I can say hi to you guys. Girls shall jump in. What's up, guys? Yeah, great to see you. So hey to you. Happy Tuesday. Yeah, for real, right? There's, Facebook Live on the phone has just changed their format. I love how they're doing that. See, anyway, great to see you. I love that also when you're StreamYarding to Facebook Live, YouTube, IGTV through like Yellow Duck or whatever you want to use, StreamYard is now grabbing the words and putting in the script you're using on the video live. Super cool, right? Love technology. Anyway, Jesse. Back to you. So you need to figure out, one, your offer. You're teaching, coaching, one-on-one group coaching programs to help those people who are trying to step up their English game. That offer, if you can, would be so great if you could connect the offer. And I know you're not getting there yet on your messages, but helping people, and if you're doing on LinkedIn, just having a conversation on LinkedIn, doing lives if you can, or post or pre-recording videos and dropping them on LinkedIn, whatever you can do, to just help people see the importance of mastering that English language, if that's what they're trying to accomplish, for financial gain, a better job position, better connection to their clients, higher sales numbers, whatever it might be. Really understanding, we're not just going to talk about making sure you can master the English language so you can have a better conversation in a restaurant, but this is like specifically tuned for financial gain. Like, this is the stuff we got to learn to turn up the volume on your income. That's a cool way to do it. If they're executive level folks, if they're entry level folks, if they're mid-level folks in whatever job or entrepreneurship venture they're going into, that's a great way to tackle it. So you could focus that initial training on a very financially targeted structure. Okay, that's hard to get into in the very first message, but I would definitely have that kind of stuff in your content if you're tackling LinkedIn on your LinkedIn profile. Like, just go all in, talk about the importance of that, give helpful tips on the importance of that. So when people make the connection, they go to stalk you, they see, oh, this guy's actually spinning the English learning, not just like every other app out there that I can use to learn English better, but spinning it to make a buck. That's important. Okay. Number two, your organic approach, connecting to them on LinkedIn, whatever platform, shooting out a quick relevant message. Hey, I see this is who you are. You have this English certificate. Do you mind if you actually gave a reference? Do you mind if we correspond in English? And hey, what's going on? How's it working for you? How are you using English in your workplace? Great conversation starter. Rule of thumb here is don't give up on message 1. Go to message 10. Like, people are busy. I know I'm busy. You're busy, Jesse. All of us are busy. We get so many messages in our inbox, and some are good, some are bad. That ultimately, if you're being real and authentic and organic in your outreach, you're going to make the connection. And it might just take time. So you don't want to be creepy and pushy, but you do want to make a connection, right? You want to let people know, no, I'm for real. Like, I want to meet you. I want to get to know you. And we're talking about stuff we're both interested in. Like, that's the way to make that connection. and just keep after it. Again, not in a pushy, creepy way, but in a definite outreach way where you're really making a connection. Just like if if you have a new next door neighbor, think personal relationships. It works so easy this way. When we think about our personal relationships, you get a new next door neighbor. I'm sitting in my house right now and I'm looking at a window at our neighbor's house across the street. So if we get a new neighbor or they have family visiting or something like that, we know our neighbors well. When you get a new neighbor like diagonal or something, I'm always like, hey, we gotta go meet the new neighbor. Well, if I walk out of my house one day and, let's just be all Southern about it, and I got a casserole lasagna I'm going to take over there and deliver to them. If they're not home the first day, I don't like, oh man, they're not making a connection. Well, the connection's made. They're in my neighborhood. I just got to keep showing up, right? So maybe I don't roll in with the casserole, but maybe I just kind of keep my eyes open, keep checking in. If I'm cleaning the garage or whatever, or going to get my mail, I just kind of keep my eyes open for when they're naturally in their front yard and make a natural connection. That's how we do it on social media too. And that is a classic organic outreach strategy. It's just most of us kind of make it weird when we get on social media. We think there's this process you have to go through to make step by step by step in these simple 3 steps with these key words, with this many letters or this many words in a paragraph, you can get somebody's attention. It's not that way. Be you in your market and have real meaningful conversation and make that thing happen. So Jesse, my 2 points there, and for all of us, my 2 points there are really narrowing down your offer so that you can't pitch your offer in the first conversation. I get that. But the thing that's on your profile, LinkedIn profile, Facebook profile, Instagram profile, TikTok, Clubhouse, YouTube, wherever it is that you hang out in life, make sure your profile that you're really using to reach out on is relevant to their primary need. So in Jesse's case, it could be using the English language better for job advancement, more productivity, better sales numbers, closing deals, whatever. Like this is specific English training about this direction. We are using English for this gain. Whatever you teach, whoever you are watching this, I get we're all different. How does your profile display, hey, this is what I do? Without just coming out, and you can say it every couple of posts, hey, this is what I teach. But you can also just simply layer it into the stuff you teach, like teach little snippets of what you do on your profile. I mean, look at me. I'm doing it right now, right? I teach high-end coaches and consultants how to build high-ticket coaching groups and masterminds. Okay. We talk a lot about these kind of topics in our mastermind. Great. So that's not me having to just untangle yourself from any kind of a sales pitch there, because that's not what that is. But I don't have to make a pitch about my product or service in this space. I just simply need to talk about the questions and answers that come up in this space. And it allows people in my market, you guys, to see that I'm an expert in what I do. You can do the same thing in your market. Showing up and making sure your profile, your group, your LinkedIn setup, whatever, is full of that kind of you showing your expertise. Really, really straightforward. Super easy to do. And you can totally make that work. Okay, so make sure you're being honest and straightforward about who you are and the kind of help you provide on the profile. So when people stalk you, they find out, oh, this is what this guy does. And then Jesse, make sure that your messaging sequence that you start on LinkedIn, if they're accepting your connection, that's great. People accept connections a lot of times on LinkedIn because they want to have a bigger number on how many connections they have, right? Cool. Now you got to go to stage 2, which is they got your connection. So now you can message. Now you got to break through the noise, but not in an annoying way, but in a very relational way. And the fact they didn't respond to your message is honestly, probably they just didn't see it. There's just so much noise. So be persistent. Every couple of days, once a week, 3 or 4 days, whatever is right for you and your market, whatever feels natural to you, reach out again, kind of get a little sequence going. Hey, just checking back in. I know things are crazy. Would love to connect. And then a week later, hey, just circling back around, I noticed you have this English certificate. Would love to find out what's working or not working with you on the whole English scene here in the States or wherever you're communicating. Get the idea. Kind of keep having new reasons to just re-engage that conversation. Because again, they're probably not ghosting you. Honestly, they probably just haven't seen a message. Once that message in the box, give it about 5 minutes and it's gone. It's too far down, right? So many bots out there firing away at us. Hope that helps, Jesse. You guys are awesome. Keep asking those questions. You can do this. Everybody with an expertise can figure out how to sell that expertise. It's just a matter of understanding your offer, the market's needs. We talk a lot about that. There's tons of our free videos in this channel, wherever you're finding this, about how to define those needs and really get an offer set, and then really going after it organically. I love organic marketing processes. Me and my agency, we hire out a bunch of paid marketing for our clients, for the clients we do work with in our Done For You agency, and for our own brands. But saying all that, we only engage paid and automated processes while we're using organic processes, and we prove the organic outreach works. We are constantly running organic outreach programs. We never stop, because the organic outreach programs actually influence and teach us what to do in our paid outreach programs. It starts with organic. You automate the organic. Don't get caught up with the idea of, hey, I can throw $2,000 worth of ads on my credit card one weekend, crush some funnel I hacked from somebody else, and voila, see the results. That's a 1 in a million shot. There's some good super stories out there, but honestly, the organic outreach is a predictable way to do the work. That's work. You got to put it on your brain and you got to go through the reps, but it gets the actual connection figured out. So you know why people want what you got, why they're connecting to you, and what their buying patterns are. That is what works. Hope that helps. You guys are rock stars. Talk to you soon. Enjoy your day. Get out there and crush it. Do the things, do the work, get the results, right? I don't want you to hustle and work all night long, but you do want to be focused, pick the right things to do. If you have questions about where you're stuck, that's why we answer this question, so you don't get lost doing the things you shouldn't be doing. Pick the right things to do. Get out there, crush it. Enjoy your evenings and weekends. Take some time off that you can be fresh and crush it the next week too. All right. Talk soon.